If you look around hard enough and long enough, you can find advice and information about every subject. But let me tell you, there's a lot of bad advice out there. Many things that you might have been told or seen on a video by DIY experts is just wrong. Today, we're going to jump into the subject on silicone, particularly bathtub showers, toilets. This is something that if you don't do it correctly, you're setting yourself up for leaks, molds, or even a major disaster down the road. So today, we're going to cut through all the myths and show you the proper way experts use and professionals use to get a perfect, long-lasting seal. So stick around, because I'm going to reveal to you the top 10 rules that are used by the professionals to get a perfect silicone joint, and what not to do. So let's get started. So before we start, the number one rule is to make sure that the joint, the area that you're going to put the silicone on, is absolutely clean. Any dust, any grime, or old caulk will ruin your seal. If there's any little bit of residue left on there or grease, you need to get that off of there. Now, when we normally refer to it as caulking around the bathtub or caulking around your toilet, what we really are talking about is silicone. There's a difference between silicone and caulk. When you're going around a wet area, especially if it's outdoor or any place you're going to have water, you want to make sure it's 100% silicone. It's going to work much better for you. Now, this is not the place to go cheap. I know some are more expensive than others. I look for something in a bathroom that is going to say like mold-free, 30-minute water ready. It's low odor. This one says 10-year mold-free sealant. And number 3, now this is a secret to doing excellent silicone joints. And what this is by a company called Kramer, and it's a silicone profiling tool. It comes with all sorts of things inside there to use it with grout. If you have grout lines, we're going to show how to use this. Also, it has a tool that you can clean up your joint, and it has these different profiling tools, and we're going to go over that and show you why it's important to use that. So this is one method you'll see a lot online. They say to put tape down, go ahead and take your caulk gun, put your caulk in there, and then you don't need any tools, or put your silicone in there, then you don't need any tools. Just take your finger and wipe it out, and that's it. You're done. Then you just take the tape, peel the tape off, and you've got a perfect caulk line. But I'm going to show you another way why this is not the way to do it. So if you can see along this edge, it's a very thick line, and that thick line leaves an edge there where water can just sit on top of it. It's an area where it can start to peel off, and it's just a bad way to silicone. And if you look at the edge of it, the profile, look at how thin that bead is. So it's a very thin bead, and any movement from your tub or your shower or the toilet is going to split that or crack it. Even though it does have some flexibility, it's just a weak joint. So let's look at another real popular thing to do. They tell you just your caulk gun with your silicone. So after you put this on here, and you can see it, granted it's a sloppy line, but they say, oh, that's no problem, even with the gaps, because we're going to show you the big secret that everybody does. But if you can see it from this angle, look at all the gaps in there. Now, granted, we haven't smoothed it out yet, but when you do a job like that and it's not smooth, then they tell you the big secret that all the experts do and the professionals do is this. Is you take a little bottle of water, put a little bit of soap inside there, shake it up, and this is going to be the secret, and you just take it and you spray it along here. So let me show you what you've just done. You've just sprayed water all inside the back of that bead of silicone. And let me show you what happens when you do that. Since silicone is 100% waterproof, and you have the water with your little bit of soap sprayed on there, watch what happens. Silicone does not stick to it. So now you've got all this moisture back inside there, and your silicone, and it will not stick inside where you're supposed to make the seal. And they tell you just take your finger, go along here, and look, a perfect bead of silicone, and everything's just right. It looks like it's sealing on there, but the problem is that inside where it's supposed to be in there, it's not sealing because it's got the water, the moisture in there. Just like this, see it? It's not going to stick to it. It sticks to a dry finger, but not to something wet. So anybody tells you to use spray water, either water with a little bit of soap inside of it, do not listen to that. Throw that in the trash. Do not put that on there because it's going to make that seal on there weak. So the whole idea of the silicone is to repel water. That's why you don't mix the water on top of the silicone to try to run your bead. Now, technique matters. So let's lay down some silicone, and I'm going to show you where most people go wrong, so let's do it right. So remember, always use the profiling tool, never use your finger, and I'm going to show you why. So you want to cut this slightly bigger than what your 8 centimeters is, or whatever, if you're going to use 8 or 10 or the 5. So right about there, and we're going to cut it at a 90 degree. Just like this, a nice 90 degree angle. And the reason you want it bigger, because you want to have enough caulk inside here to go ahead and pull with. Now let's go ahead and finish this up. So when you get a caulk gun, get one that's a dripless caulk gun. I like this one here. It's lightweight. It's got a lot of power to it. It just makes it that much easier that you don't have your silicone dripping out and dripping out. As soon as you let go of the trigger, it stops it. So let's start here. And I like to put my hand against where I'm working at, and it'll help keep it straighter. So just start here and just keep working. Just do it slow. You don't have to go fast. If you mess up a little bit, just come back and just keep proceeding like this. Take our tool, the flat edge we're going to pull toward us. And just like that. And I'm going to show you on the edge here the reason you want to use a tool like this. And after you're done pulling on there, just take a cloth or a rag and it wipes right off of your tool. Look how nice and thick this is right in here. You've got a nice thick bead of silicone, and that's going to last a lot longer and do a much better job. If you've ever seen those areas on silicone where you're scraping off a little bit on the side, that's because somebody used a finger and got it so thin that it started coming apart. And you've got a nice edge here on both sides and a nice thickness. So I drew a picture to demonstrate when you use the tool, if this is your area, say like your tile, and you did your bead of silicone with the tool, look how thick it leaves a nice bead right there, to where when you use the finger and you pull it across there, look how it makes it concave and real thin on the sides. So this is a much better joint. You're not going to have to redo this for years if you take care of it. The thinner it is, the easier it is for it to fail. This one won't fail. Now the next rule is, when you're doing your bead and you're using your tool, what you want to do is do only between a 2-foot and a 4-foot section. It's like 61 centimeters to 122 centimeters. But work in those short sections at a time. Now, what I like about these, this surface is rough. Doesn't matter. And with these grout lines, what these have, you're going to love this. It has these little clips that fit on here. You go straight across and it doesn't dip in because it keeps it like a bridge going across your joint. This has helped so much. Let's go ahead and we're going to silicone this. Now remember, we're going to push. So we'll just do a little bit at a time. We'll start here. Now, if you haven't seen my video on siliconing toilets, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Some people don't agree with it. It is code in our area, but on the back of the toilet, we always leave an area that's open in case your wax ring ever leaks. It'll never come out here because now you've got this silicone across here, but it will come out the back and you'll be able to see it before you have major damage. So now that we've got the silicone there, let's go ahead and take this. Keep pressure on both sides. If you get any excess, we'll just wipe that off. And all finished. Now when you're working on corners, if this is the corner, you always do your vertical line first. And then you want to let this set. This one is a 30-minute set. So let it set for 30-45 minutes. And then go ahead and do your bottom silicone joint like this. Now remember, the things not to do. If you want your silicone caulking job to turn out looking professional and not to be a disaster, number 1, don't use tape, because tape could make it turn horrible. Number 2, don't use your finger along the silicone, or don't use anything that's round. You want to use the tool that's got the square edge. Number 3, never use the water in the spray. You see how it got behind the silicone? Silicone doesn't stick to it. Don't use this. That's very wrong advice. And never cut your nozzle at a 45 degree. Always make sure that you make it big enough to the size of the tool and cut it straight at a 90 degree. Also, don't pull. Always start your bead and push to push it into the joint. It'll make it a much neater, a much stronger joint than if you pull. Pushing is the way to go. So just remember to take your time. Don't get in a hurry. If you mess it up a little bit, just take your tool, wipe it out, keep a bunch of paper towels, start over again. It's not a big deal. You'll get it done. You take your time and it'll do a nice job. So you can do this. Don't get frustrated. So now it's your turn. I hope you learned something new today. And hit that like button if you did, if you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. It really helps out this channel a lot so I can make more videos to help you in your DIY projects or home projects you have. And then also drop a comment below with your caulking questions. I try to answer every one of them. So thanks for watching. You take care and God bless.